No one in Jefferson High ever forgot the day Miss Amara stepped into room 204. She was calm, graceful, and new, the kind of teacher who didn't raise her voice but somehow made the whole room listen. Most students respected her instantly, except one. His name was Tyler Grant, tall, loud, and the kind of kid who thought fear was power. That morning, he decided to test her. Welcome to Silent Divide Tales. Make sure you like and subscribe, because tomorrow's story isn't what you want to miss. The air in the class was thick as Tyler tossed his bag across the floor, smirking. "You think you can tell me what to do?" he said, stepping closer to her desk. Miss Amara didn't flinch. Her calm stare made the other students uneasy. Tyler laughed, circling her like a predator, but there was something in her eyes, something he didn't understand. Before we dive in deeply, let us know in the comments what country or which city you're watching this story from. We'd love to know how far this story travels. Tyler's sneakers squeaked against the floor as he moved closer, his grin growing wider. The classroom had fallen silent. Even the clock ticking above the board sounded louder. Miss Amara kept her voice steady. "Take your seat, Tyler." Her tone wasn't angry. It was calm, firm, like a quiet warning wrapped in patience. But Tyler mistook her calmness for weakness. "Or what, black folk?" he said, his voice dripping with arrogance. Some students shifted in their chairs, whispering nervously. "Man, he's crazy," one boy muttered under his breath. Tyler suddenly reached out, knocking the books off her desk. Pages scattered across the floor. Miss Amara didn't move. Her gaze followed him, quiet, unreadable. He leaned in, close enough for her to smell the mint gum he chewed. "You're not going to do a thing, are you?" he sneered. That's when the temperature in the room seemed to drop, right before everything changed. Tyler's hand shot out, grabbing Miss Amara by the throat. Gasps filled the classroom. Desks scraped back as students stood, frozen between fear and disbelief. For a split second, her calm eyes locked onto his. No panic, no struggle, just control. "Let her go!" someone shouted, but Tyler only tightened his grip, his jaw clenched with rage. "You think you can talk to me like I'm a kid?" he barked. Miss Amara's fingers gently wrapped around his wrist. Her movements were so slow, it was almost graceful. Then, in a single smooth motion, she twisted his arm downward, precise, effortless. A sharp cry burst from Tyler's throat as his knees buckled. The class gasped again. Tyler's back hit the floor before he even realized what had happened. Miss Amara stepped back, her breathing calm, her voice low. "Now," she said softly, "are you ready to learn respect?" Shocked silence followed. The students stood frozen, eyes wide, not daring to move. Tyler groaned, clutching his arm as he struggled to get up. Miss Amara didn't take her eyes off him. She didn't yell, didn't boast. She just stood there, still and unshaken, like a calm storm waiting to pass. "Sit down, Tyler," she said. Her tone was steady but sharp enough to cut through the tension. Tyler's pride burned hotter than the pain. "You got lucky," he hissed, pushing himself up. "You don't touch me again." "You monkey." A few students backed away as he stumbled toward her. He was shaking with anger, his face red, his eyes wild. Miss Amara tilted her head slightly, watching his every move like she'd seen this kind of rage before and knew exactly how to handle it. "Don't make another mistake," she warned quietly. But Tyler didn't listen. He lunged. Tyler swung wildly, aiming for her face. But Miss Amara stepped aside, smooth as a shadow. His fist hit empty air. Before he could recover, she pivoted, her movements clean, fast, controlled, and with one motion, she used his own momentum to send him sprawling against the classroom wall. The crash echoed. The students gasped again, phones forgotten, eyes locked on the scene. Tyler slid down, dazed, clutching his shoulder. Miss Amara stood still, breathing lightly, her expression unreadable. She finally spoke calm, but with a cold firmness that cut through the silence. "I teach chemistry," she said, "but before that, I taught discipline in a dojo." Tyler looked up, stunned, sweat trickling down his temple. He had no words, no pride, left only shame. The class was dead quiet. Miss Amara turned slowly toward the students. "Now," she said softly, "open your books. Class isn't over." The end. Please like and subscribe for more rich stories like this. Comment below. Also, if you really loved this video and want to support the channel directly, you can hit that super thanks button below.